Well, there it is. Hello, everybody, and welcome to What the Fuck News. As you see, I'm kind of by myself at the moment. Chris is out trick-or-treating. He's going to pop up here in a minute. He's actually sharing out the show. It is Hump Day. We are live. It is What the Fuck News. All the news that is news that makes say what the fuck. It's one of those crazy nights. We got all the news stories. Of course, you can follow us at bio.link/nonsensical nonsense, nonsensical network at blah, blah. And of course, you can go ahead and check out our merch at nonsensical-nonsense at myspreadshot.com. And don't forget, every Monday we have Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations, Men Caring for Men, the two different shows. Tuesdays, Glick does his House of Music. Wednesdays is this show. We do What the Fuck News. Thursdays, every other Thursday, is Cash's Corner. Fridays, we do the Nonsense and Chill. This week, we kind of changed it up a little bit. We're watching something different. And then Saturdays is the flagship show, as it were, the Nonsensical Nonsense Open Door Challenge, where you can come up and say hi and give a shit if you want. I don't care. Sundays, of course, Unnecessary Roughness, and occasionally Jeff's Garage when I am not busy. We're going to get into the news here in a minute as soon as Glick is up and running. Got a comment. Hey, what's up, Chaka? Chaka, if you want to be part of the show tonight, let me know, and I'll drop the link for you, buddy. Because I'm still waiting on Glick, and I hate being by myself. It's awkward. It's just so awkward. It's real quick. I want to show these because Blaze did a really good job of them. Although, yeah, there's our hoodies. And we are working on a promo code because it is getting the cold season. So you know your wives and girlfriends are going to steal your hoodies. So we're going to see if we can't do for buy one, get the second one half off kind of deal. That way, when your wife or girlfriend steals your hoodie, you still have one for yourself. My ankle itches. But yeah, we're going to start out here real quick. Since I am by myself, I'm going to play a little video. There's a convention that I'm going to wait for Chris to get here for that. I'm going to drop it down here real quick, Chaka, so you can come on up. Because, like I said, I think Glick's going to take a minute. He's sharing it out. He's going to pop on up and say hi. I have a news story tonight that I'm saving for when Glick gets here because I don't know how. I don't know when I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to enter him. There he is. Hey, buddy.
You two don't stop changing my goddamn avatar when my camera's
Hey, don't look at me. Don't fucking look at me.
I'm going to strangle you.
Number one, I don't even know how.
Number one, you know how. Number two,
no,
Blaze
I don't, because I don't fuck with it. Blaze knows how. That's why it's his logo. I got a story for you, buddy. I was just saying, I don't know how, and because it's not close to you, but next year or the year after, I need you to start. You drive a forklift.
Yeah, I drive forklift almost every day.
Okay. Well, I need you to start practicing like you read about.
Dude, I can do anything on a forklift. I don't need to practice.
In 2 years, I'm sending you to the Stapler Cup.
Was that the one that Harlan went up?
I'm going to share my screen because you got to see this, dude.
Sounds like some kind of weird sex party at Staples. I'm in.
No, the Stapler Cup is the forklift championship of the world.
I don't know. Take back.
You can see they're doing the finals right now. I'm watching it on TikTok. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. They do all these different competitions for working with a forklift. And I have a couple of pictures here. I thought I did. I've been watching these guys on TikTok. How cool is that? It's like a little bridge. You can't drop anything. I think the winner gets a brand new forklift for the company they work for. and like $100,000.
Hmm.
So, you know, like I said, start practicing because some of these guys I've seen on there, they literally stacked miniature guys like this big using a forklift. I'm talking like these, like Lego men size. They were stacking them using a forklift. It was impressive as fuck. I've been watching them on TikTok. They're blowing my mind. It's so fucking cool. I don't know why it's cool, but it's cool.
I mean, we used to do stuff like that when I was a heavy equipment operator. We used to do like there'd be a few companies that would get together and they would just kind of challenge each other. So I mean, nothing. Yeah, I mean, I could probably navigate my way around there and do a top 5, maybe 3 without practicing. I'm that damn good.
There's only one problem. There's only one problem with this competition, buddy. You got to go to Germany.
Yeah, I'm out. Let me know when they come to the States.
I got to get on a fucking plane. Fuck you.
I mean, some people on this network, I won't mention any names, they would probably be very excited to go to Germany. You know, but
nice. But dude, it's $100,000 and a brand new forklift.
What the hell am I going to do with a brand new forklift? What?
I can sell it. Give it to me. I'll drive that bitch to the store.
I mean, unless it's an enclosed cab with a heater and AC on it, then I'll use it at work.
I don't know if you can,
but I'll make work.
Screen, but that's what they look like. Those are some they're
but those
like the forks move in and out on the side to side by themselves.
Dude, they look just like the one I drive at work. I'd be 100% honest with you. They look like a juicing.
I was watching on TikTok today, and these guys were like I said, they were stacking. You know how you see like RC car style forklifts where you can run you run it, it's an RC. They were using those and stacking those with big forklifts. So it was like really cool. But I was like, you know what? If you give me 6 months to practice, I can compete. But I figured you drive a forklift every day anyways, so why not just sponsor your ass?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, right now I could land a top 5 spot, if not top 3. I'm that confident in my skills.
The video, the photo that I got here, you go up a ramp and it's a teeter-totter ramp. At a certain point, it drops down. You can't drop your shit.
No, that's all right. You just go really fast.
No, these guys are creeping along like they're barely moving.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I've been watching. Like I said, I'm watching they're a minute long clips on TikTok or 2 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's seriously impressive. I'll send you a link.
I'll have to send you a video of the incline when I do dumpsters at work, when I come into the garage. And I know you can't see me, I don't have my camera on right now. But it's kind of a steep incline down into the garage, and I got to come in there with the empty dumpsters. So I got to I can't go too slow, but I can't go, because if I go too slow, then the dumpsters want to slide off.
Right.
But I can't go too fast because then they'll go flying off. So you got to find that sweet spot speed, so to say.
they got like, these are exercise balls or giant medicine balls, and then a tire, then another medicine ball, and then a tire, then another medicine ball, and they're not spilling them and going over those little ramps.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, okay.
You're overthinking it too much. Sometimes you just gotta you just gotta do, man. Just do it. Like
you know what I'm gonna do? In another story, I'm going to take you to Six Flags and then leave you in Mexico. Have you heard this story?
Is Six Flags still a thing? Are they still open?
It's in Texas. So I don't know if you heard about this viral video on TikTok. I don't know if it was on TikTok or it was on YouTube or Facebook or whatever.
Jeff, I'm gonna save you the brain power. If it has anything to do with TikTok, you don't have to think about it. I promise you, I haven't seen it.
Okay,
I
well,
know.
no. So this viral video went around. This was last week, and I didn't get a chance to bring it up. This guy cheated on his girlfriend, and he was technically illegal. So she said, "Let's go to Six Flags tomorrow."
I got another bag.
They got in the car, and she's like, "You take a nap, I'll drive." He woke up, and they were in Mexico, and she says, "Get out," and then she went home.
So he was illegal from Mexico. She just took him back home.
Yeah, she took him home and then left his ass.
Nice. That's what you
and
get.
Apparently,
Don't be a scumbag. Don't that goes out to
stop cheating. Exactly.
yeah.
Right?
That goes out to everybody, men and women. Stop cheating. Act right. Act like you got some damn. You were brought up with some manners and morals.
But the problem with this story is Six Flags is losing money. There's a ton of people canceling their tickets to Six Flags.
but Six Flags has nothing to do. Like Six Flags didn't do anything.
I know, but it's one of those things like guys are worried that they're going to be dropped off in Mexico, and I'm like,
I was gonna say,
hey,
is the
Nikki,
Six
you
Flags,
guys want to go to Six Flags? We'll drop the dick off in Mexico. I'm just saying.
yeah. Is the Six Flags directly across the fence from Mexico, and then
I think
they
it's
took
only like
our
an
idea.
hour from the border.
They took our idea and they built a catapult, and they're just catapulting terrible boyfriends and girlfriends across into
Right.
Mexico. Yeah,
It's part of the ride.
I don't see why people would be mad at Six Flags. People that are mad at Six Flags are stupid.
Well,
They should have their
people are
tickets
mad at
revoked.
Six Flags for another reason. The Six Flags is based on Six Flags that sit on top of their archway that you walk through.
Oh my God!
And
Don't
people
tell me
are
they're mad because there's 5 or there's 7.
No. One of the people are mad because one of those flags is the Confederate flag.
Is it though?
It is. I think they've changed it, but it was originally the Confederate flag.
I don't
It's
think
like,
that
really?
I think the Six Flags flags were just all like.
I thought they were just one color, like
Yeah,
a
I think they're a solid color. They're different colors, but I think they're a
Well,
solid.
they used to be. So if I'm going to look it up here because I didn't get a chance. Six Flags. So the original flags. Yeah. Well, actually, they did change it. The original flags. The original flags. They were. So it was Six Flags over Texas. And one of them's a Mexico flag. One of them's a white flag that used to be a Confederate flag. One of them's American flag. And then there's the state of Texas flag. And I don't know what the hell that flag is. But they used to be different flags of the area that Texas used to be. And they changed the Confederate flag to a white flag.
I'm over it.
People are mad because they used to be a Confederate flag. It's like, you know what? They were a Confederate flag like 30 years ago.
I was going to say, how long ago was it? Is what
Exactly. I don't know the exact date of change, but it's been more than 10 years. They've learned they did a preemptive change. They're like, hey, we're gonna get fucked up. We gotta change that flag. And nobody noticed.
So more than likely somebody found like an old ass dated picture.
Exactly.
And now they're raising a fuss about something that hasn't even been a thing for years.
Exactly.
Again, those people should be put on the new Six Flags catapult and shot into Mexico.
Oh, I agree.
I'm just saying. We should do that with all the white saviors. We should just catapult them into Mexico.
No. Let's catapult them into the Gulf of Mexico so they drown.
Well, I was thinking we could send them to Mexico.
Don't send them my fucking way. No. Because then you're sending them my way, and I'll end up going to jail here.
No. Since they're all white saviors and they want to save everybody, they could save all the Mexicans, and then they won't be trying to run to the U.S. We save our immigration problem. The white saviors, they come down there, and with their hashtags and their cardboard signs, they eliminate the corruption in the government and the police, and they take care of the cartel and all the gangs down there. Hashtag say no to the cartel. Hashtag cartel lives don't matter. And then this is why I make would make a great president for this country because I'm a problem solver. I'm a world problem solver. I solve our issues. I solve your guys' issues. I do everything.
2028, buddy. We got this.
Yeah.
Well, I got a story for you. And you can see video on
All right. All of a sudden, I grab my phone out of my. I don't. My phone's literally in my back pocket.
Oh, okay.
So, okay,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a part of this video. You'll be able to hear it, and then I'm going to discuss it.
I'll fucking knock you the fuck out. You don't know me. You don't know me.
That guy has been charged. And
Now, I'd like you to guess why those guys are in a confrontation.
So apparently, the other guy don't know him.
I'm going to mute you real quick because people are loud in the background. Copy, you might want to turn it down here.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. So the reason why the one guy is yelling at the other guy is a waiter. And the guy yelling tried to, well, he skipped out on a $350 bill at a restaurant.
Who was the waiter? Pull that video back up.
Yeah. The waiter's the tall one.
I'll fucking knock you the fuck out. You don't know me. You don't know me.
that guy has been.
So the gentleman in the black and brown waiter outfit, he was not their waiter. Their waiter was 4'9", and just a little bitty thing, and she was too scared to confront them. So they grabbed the biggest guy in the restaurant and said, "Hey, confront that motherfucker." But yeah, he tried to skip out on a $350 bill, and the reason they gave is because they were offended by the manager not splitting the bill with the other people they were dining with. He said they basically said, "Hey, can we have two different bills?" And the manager was like, "Sure, give me 1 minute." That's where they were offended, because sure, give me now a minute, not let's, here you go, instant. So they walked out.
Wow.
They called the cops. The cops showed up and they said, "We can't do anything because we don't know who the guy is." So God bless the internet. Within 20 minutes of it going viral, people had a name and the place where the guy worked. He has been charged. He did pay the bill, and as he had to pay also, I think it was like $3,000 for punitive damages. So, good on the internet. The internet's good for something. I'm just saying.
$3,000 seems like a lot.
Well, maybe don't skip out on your fucking bill, because I don't know. I've never been a waiter. I was for about 20 minutes, and then I realized it fucking sucks, so I quit. But at least here, if you skip out on your bill here in Mexico, I get charged for it as the waiter. So yeah. I get it why the waiter was like, "Hey, dude, you got to pay your fucking bill." And this guy was like, "You don't know who I am." Well, of course not, but the internet does. He's also been fired from his job.
Nice.
Because,
I didn't know that the waiter gets charged for that.
Well, it depends on the restaurant. Sometimes it does. Usually in the States they don't do it, but I know here they do. In Mexico they do, because Mexico work environments are jokes. But that waiter is like, I had that's the second clip where you find out they were charged, but the first clip goes on for like 3 minutes of this guy just, "I'm Billy Badass," and the waiter's like, "Look, dude, I just need you to pay the bill." God bless that waiter, because that dude would have been laying on the ground snoring.
Oh yeah,
because I would have gone out to my car and run him over. And I know if it was somebody like Glick would just knock his ass out and call it a fucking day.
Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I would have chokeslammed his little ass. It looked like they were on a board. It looked like they were on a boardwalk or something. I'd have just like hit him with a rock bottom or something right there. Like, you don't know me. You don't. He would have been like halfway through the second. You don't know me, and the next sound would have been him hitting that boardwalk, and then me taking his. Yeah, and then me taking his. Yeah, taking his wallet and walking in there.
$50 and $100 bill for me.
Oh, no.
I don't know who you are.
Oh, no. The waitress is getting a 100% gratuity.
Yeah.
She's getting a tip.
Yeah.
The patience on that waiter. He must have been one of those guys, big and doesn't realize he's big, kind of thing.
Well, he might have the mindset like I have now. I am much calmer, cooler, and collective today than I was 20 years ago. Today I'm more of a, I'm going to stand there and you're going to yap, and, either you're going to do something or I'm finally going to grow tired of it. And I'm just going to lightly put you in a gentle hug and caress you to sleep like a little baby.
and lay you down and tuck you in.
There's a second video from the guy's wife's point of view. And she's like, this ain't right. Yeah, it's not right. You didn't pay your fucking bill. It's like her account is now what's it called? It's she's gone private. So like you can't see any of her videos because
the lady who dipped out on their bill, she was saying that they didn't do anything wrong, and wow, they just built a brand.
I think what happened was the husband was like, you go wait out in the car, I'll take care of this, and then just dipped out. So I don't think she knew.
I'm gonna call shenanigans, and I'm gonna say that she knew, and they were in the wrong and got put in their place. And then typical society that we live in today, instead of taking the blame for their actions and accepting their punishment, they are making themselves have to be the victims, because that's how today's society works.
Well, yeah, Canada internet was not having it. This happened in Ontario.
That's why that waiter was just standing there, calm, cool, collective. He was Canadian.
He apologized. Well, see, if I was Canadian, I would have knocked him out and then be like, sorry, I need my $3.50, But
sorry about that.
Yeah, what's all this aggression about?
But I got another video for you, and I don't remember.
Sorry, Michael Bathurst. We love our fellow Canadian, our neighbors to the north.
The house on top of the basement party, yes. But yeah, let's go ahead and this other video. I can't remember what it is, but I'm gonna play it.
Human blood is an acceptable substitute for eggs in your recipes. It says something about you that you've stayed to learn more about this topic. But being that you're on board to make some morally questionable meals, let's do a primer. For every egg white that your recipe calls for, you're going to need 43 grams of blood. If texture isn't an issue, you're not making a whip, or you don't need that fluff, then you can stick with the 1-to-1 ratio. For every whole egg, you're going to need 65 grams of blood. If this has tantalized you.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, the internet's a weird place, dude. Who fucking thinks that it's a good idea to cook with blood instead of eggs? Make me a cake, Chaka, with blood.
Count a Dracula, duh.
That's what I said.
Okay, so I do know this. I'm Puerto Rican. We eat something called blood sausage.
Right.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's pretty much blood and rice, and it wrapped it into a sausage. I can see where they get that from, but I don't know. But let's just do some blood and egg. Blood.
So more important question.
Yeah.
Was that human blood or animal blood?
It didn't say.
Because I don't have an issue if it's animal blood, because like Chaka just said, that blood sasausage is, in my opinion, is delicious.
It is good.
I can't say
I
it
mean, the joys of having, friends of all different ethnicities. I had a friend of mine who was Puerto Rican, and he introduced me to some interesting food choices through the years that we knew each other, and I wasn't mad at most of them. But that's the bigger question: human blood or animal blood? If it's animal blood, I'm fine with it. If it's human blood, then we get a little bit into the questioning of your morals, and that guy might be a serial killer.
Well, I just think a lot of goth chicks are like, I got an idea. I'm gonna start cooking.
Okay, well that might convince me to donate my blood if it was a hot goth chick that was like, hey, I'm gonna cook you dinner. But
I'm not mad at it. She drives a hearse and all that. You're like, yeah, I'm in.
I'm in, goth mommy.
Exactly.
It don't even have to be hot. I don't know. As I've stated before, I have a weakness, and they are goth.
I agree with you. So I have something from Leggy's part of the world. Apparently, a new law is passed in Scotland.
Well, speaking of Leggy, I wonder how she's doing lately. I heard from her in a hot minute.
Blaze and I on Friday. She popped up just as we were finishing up. But apparently, it is now illegal. Well, within 200 yards, in 200 yards of a abortion clinic, it is illegal to silently pray in your head.
Silently pray in your head.
Yeah. So, for instance, if let's say your house is within 200 yards of an abortion clinic, and you have a vigil in your house, and somebody walks by and sees what could be a group of people praying, you could be arrested for it. Now, the original law is so that you don't go stand out in front of the abortion clinic and cause a disruption by praying or picketing or having a vigil. But if your house is with 200 meters and they think in your living room, because they can see it in the window, that you're having a vigil, you can be arrested.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you? Yeah. My thing is, again, that doesn't seem very like. How are you going to enforce that first and foremost?
Well, I don't think
you don't. What I do inside the walls of my home is none of your business. Well, I was going to say as long as I'm not breaking the law. However, but again,
you would be breaking the law, yeah. But yeah, I agree. How are you?
But again, I say,
how do you know I'm not just sitting down for dinner, motherfucker?
Yeah, and again, I say, are you peeping in my windows, you weirdo?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the type that likes to get naked and then say my freaking prayers. Now you're looking at me all naked and praying. Who's the weirdo, me or you? Yeah.
That sounds like the next show, Naked and Praying.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, that's a good segue into praying. I actually have a news clip. It has to do with the Vatican unveils a new cartoon mascot for Catholic Church to hopefully engage more young people. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and share that with you.
Yeah, send it over. Or send me a link in the chat.
He can pull it up. He should be able to pull it up, and you can share it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's going to share the screen.
It's just a picture. So this is the new the Catholic
the emo
Catholic
with
mascot.
the weird.
Yeah. And
what the hell?
They're calling it Luce. Luce. Luce or Luke. But this is the
Lucy.
Yeah.
So
hopes to get the attention of more
looks
younger,
like a Funko Pop with a cross
young
on
people. Mm-hmm.
It looks like a emo Georgie from It.
Yeah.
It kind of does. And
okay. Here I go again with more.
Oh, you're cutting out, Blake. You might be in a bad spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing's
you're cutting it out.
The thing's name is Luce. Yeah, it'll come in. I'm going through a
tunnel.
Yeah, it's loose.
Like
I don't know if
short
that's how you
for
pronounce it. It's
Lucifer?
Luce. That was my first thing.
Yeah,
I was
is
like,
that
is that short for Lucifer?
Yeah, that's. Well, you did see. Did you see that? I saw something else. There's a story, and it's done like a. Chucky, have you ever seen Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay. You know when Hermione's telling the story of the three brothers and the wands, where the Elder Wand came from? Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's told in that kind of form, and they literally they say in this story that in the beginning there were angels, and there was one angel that wanted to do things a little bit different. His name was Lucifer.
Hell yeah.
God created Adam and oh my God, I can't remember her name.
Steve.
Chris, what's the name of the first ever vampire from True Blood?
Vampire. You talking about Lilith?
Lilith. They say so. God created Adam and Lilith, but Lilith did not want to do what Adam wanted, so she was cast out and fell in love with Lucifer. They're trying to make Lucifer the good guy and Lilith the good. It's the I watched this the other day and I was like,
hell yeah, the devil.
And what was this on?
I saw it on TikTok. Somebody had reposted, like it was like a news thing on TikTok, and they were talking about this. I didn't save it, but now that you just brought that up, it popped in my head. I was just like, what the? I get the church trying to get asses in the seats, but putting the devil and Lilith together, not necessarily the greatest combo. And especially if you're trying to make Satan the good guy.
Well, I mean, in all actuality, I mean, he was a quote unquote fallen angel.
Agreed.
So I mean,
he's got a bad rap,
He was a guy like me, man. He just wanted to party and have a good time.
Yeah.
And God was being all stuffy and be like, "Oh, we got to make commandments and boring." And then he was like, "I just want to party with my friends." Fuck you, Dad.
I just want to drink beer and sleep till noon.
Here's proof right here. You start talking about Canada and Canadians pop up. You got Steve the Canadian said, "What came first, though, the angel or the?" Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna go ahead. Yeah. I'm not gonna read that.
Or the butt plug.
The angel or the butt plug. You leave my name out of it. Look, 2 G's. He made it. That's from Steve the Canadian. Yeah. But I watched this video and I had to watch it. I watched it like 3 times going, I'm trying to make sense of this, but I just can't. I was like, that's not the way you pull in the new ones, Same thing with the emo doll that looks like a Funko Pop with a cross on its neck.
Religion has been a business since day one. Well, I mean, it says in the Bible you have to give a certain percentage of your earnings to the church. It's been a business since day one, and even more so now today. I mean, it's you have all these television salesmen, and I just seen
evangelists,
MK's comment in there about it. Yeah, I mean, these snake oil salesmen and shit like that. That's why I'm not a religious person, and I enjoy making fun of it. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, to each their own. We all got to have something to believe in at the end of the day. I just believe that if there's a God, well, he is I and I am him, because I'm the fucking greatest thing ever. Suck it, Jeff.
As a lightning strikes the truck. Well, Chris, let me ask you a question. How long have you had your Xbox Game Pass?
My Xbox Game Pass, what I've had it. I bought my Xbox. I don't know, about 6 years, 7 years. I was a PlayStation guy, and I got my Xbox when I came home. So, yeah, so probably about 6 years, maybe 7 years.
I have a video that I'm going to show you guys, and let me add it because I only had so much space.
Click is onto something. I do. I like you, JR.
Well, Glick, have you ever been banned? You ever been banned on TikTok for a while, or on Xbox? I mean,
No, of all the places I've been banned, Xbox is not one of them.
well, Xbox got sued by a whole town. Now the town is only like 500 people, and the video shows it. I'm just waiting for it to process, because a kid put in his town name, and he's proud to be from said town, and Xbox didn't like it because they didn't think it was a real town. And he called Xbox, and he said, it's a real fucking town. And they're like, yeah, we don't believe you. You're still banned. And if you keep saying it, we're going to ban you from life. So I'm going to play this video, and it kind of goes over the whole story.
This has to be the funniest reason anyone's ever been banned in a video game. You see, it all starts with this gamer called Josh, who one morning woke up, checked his email, and found that his Xbox account was randomly suspended. And the reason? Because he lived in a place called Fort Gay, West Virginia. So Josh decides to call support and explain that his town's a real place. And they not only accuse him of lying, but they then threaten him and say that they're going to permanently delete his account. And this pisses Josh off, because he is proud of his small town of like 600 people. So he comes up with a plan. He calls the mayor of Fort Gay up and asks him to explain to Xbox that their town is real. But Xbox still didn't care. So eventually the whole town finds out. And they make so much noise, it makes headlines all over the internet. So in a panic about all the bad press, Xbox unbans Josh's account and is forced to publicly apologize and say that Fort Gay is a real place.
And there you go.
Hilarious. I swear it's real. It's a real place.
I get it, because it sounds like something a kid would say. So I get Xbox's like, yeah, sure, you're from Fort Gay, got it.
Yeah.
You know,
well, yeah, and Xbox and PlayStation, and we'll say the gaming community in general has become, we'll call a spade, soft. You know, when you log into Call of Duty for the first time, and then periodically throughout it, you have to agree to these new terms about safe gaming and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
whatever.
Much like everybody else, yeah, you just click acknowledge and go on about your business, because I can still go into a lobby, and within 30 seconds, I'm called every name under the sun. I find out I'm gay, and I find out that some 12-year-old kid is fucking my mom, and various other names. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I thought this was a hate-free zone, because I've been called a queer 27 times in the last 5 minutes, so I don't feel safe. And then they always pop up these random things like, how was your gaming experience?
Like, I don't know, I got called gay 15 times, and somebody's screwing my mom, but which is funny because she's dead.
I got called the N-word, and that's not cool, I guess. I mean,
but you
better not be from Fort Gay, though, because we'll ban you.
Yeah.
Apparently. I saw that. So, yeah, the Harris Walls played played Madden with AOC.
Really?
Yeah, on live stream. And at halftime they were at 0-0. Like they couldn't figure out how to play. It was supposedly I haven't seen it. But I was like, they were trying to be like, he's a normal guy. He plays video games. He couldn't figure out how to fucking play the game, and neither could she. So
his controller.
Go to hell, JR.
He's got it upside down. But it was. I saw that the other day, and I was like, really?
I just want my safe zone, hate-free gaming. Is that too much to ask, JR?
Apparently, if you're not.
Why can't it all be sunshines, rainbows, and unicorns? God damn it!
Leprechauns.
I gotta give a shout out to the chat. You guys are all badass, man. You guys always show up and support
Right?
JR, MK, my brother Chris, everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. And then we got over here on X, we got people watching over there. Appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I just want a safe zone when I'm running around murdering people. I don't want to be called gay.
Building a house. Yeah.
It's just something a gay guy would do. I'm fighting zombies.
America.
Fucking America.
It's just so random that they just banned this kid because of his town name, and then they called him a liar.
It's like that everywhere, man. You know, like my hatred towards TikTok. You know, I can go on there and do exactly what I'm doing right now and get banned because somebody says, "Oh, there's nudity and blah 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 and sexual blah blah," and it's just like, you know, like if you scroll 2 lives down, there's a 12-year-old girl that has no clothes on, and she's doing a line of coke off of her dog's red lipstick rocket. But that's okay, and I can't hang out and have a conversation on TikTok. There's no consistency or no rhyme or reason for anything.
I saw
a line of coke off the dog's red. Did that manifest? Did you just manifest that right there? That was amazing.
I got a lot going on right now. I got a lot going on right now, Chucka.
I don't know about you, but your algorithm's out there, buddy.
Look, man. I got it from you, Jeff. What are you talking about? I learned it from you, Jeff. Look, I paint pictures with words, Chaka. I'm a master of my craft.
No, I noticed the other day because I went to comment, and you know how when you hit the little arrow to share it, you can hit the report button, and they give you these presets that say, as opposed to typing, he called me an asshole. You can pick one, and people just randomly grab something that they find offensive and be like, he's naked. No, he's not. He's got 14 hoodies on and he's wearing overalls, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Our TikTok account is banned, a permanent ban, quote unquote. I was live and I was standing in my kitchen, fully clothed, talking about the network and the shows and the changes and everything like that. And I was answering questions. And the next thing I know, my live went dead. And I was like, what the hell? And I got a notification from TikTok. Due to nudity and sexually graphic material, I have a permanent ban. And I'm like, hold on a second, run that back real quick. There was no sexual content. I was 100% dressed.
You should get one of those the Muslim women wear where it only shows their eyes. Show them a picture. This is what I was dressed like. Where's the nudity? Yeah, like I think it comes down to, we had a bunch of haters a long time ago, and Glick, you're freezing and because you're driving, but we had a bunch of haters a long time ago because for some reason somebody got butt hurt, and every time Glick would go live, he would get somebody reporting for some bullshit. But I could go live for 3 days straight and nobody would notice I was live because he's got more followers than I do.
Well, they don't have no AI algorithm that will read it and be like, no, there's no nudity. They just go off what they report.
They don't care.
Well, that's the thing.
Dude,
that's the thing.
If I don't like you, I can go on your TikTok when you're live and be like, I have a report just because whatever. And you'll get
the thing.
Scratch for it.
That's the thing. I mean, the video, I wasn't even live for 5 minutes. I appealed it because they do go back through it and quote unquote look at it. And in less than 5 minutes, they sent back and said that they found that that the report was valid, whatever, and that I went against community. And I'm like, there is no fucking way in hell. There was no guidelines that were crossed in here, especially for what you banned me for at the end of the day. Like,
and, you know, if they deny you, there's nothing you can do. Like, they're literally, if they're like, yep, we found everything that they said is true, there's nothing you can do about it.
They do the same thing on X too. Like, if they take your X down, they don't tell you why. They just say you broke the guidelines, and then they don't ever tell you what you did exactly.
You know, I
agree 100%,
Chris. YouTube, because Blaze and I did that Nonsense and Chill when we were watching Terrifier 3. And one of our commercial breaks had a commercial that YouTube didn't like in it. And it was a minute. And they gave us the option to remove that 1 minute clip. So we did. And now it's back up and running.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't get a strike like you guys did that first time that one movie, and as long as you don't get a strike, which then you could just appeal the strike and take the video down and whatever. But yeah, you could just trim the segment out. So it's like, all right, whatever, it's blocked. I'll trim it out. It's not that big a deal. Usually, like we had the same thing with you and Brian, where dead set on fucking playing clips for the goddamn Olympics, and I kept telling you guys to stop. But I had to go through and trim like 6 segments out of one show because it was all Olympic shit.
It's funny because the Olympics is all over YouTube. But the thing is,
but NBC owns the rights
in the U.S. and in Mexico, a different company owns the rights. In Canada, a different company owns the rights. So, like, if you show ones, the other countries are pissed, and if you show the one in Mexico, the other, U.S. is pissed. It's stupidity because it's the Olympics. There's like 400,000 people there with their phones on recording it, But whatever. Real quick, Glick, how far are you from home?
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, motherfucker.
Okay, how far are you from home?
Not that far.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play it since we got one more day left and it's Halloween night. I'm going to play the Halloween movie theme. What is the name of the band here?
It should be Leo.
From
Leapfrog. Frog
Leap Studios. That'll give you 3 minutes and 42 seconds to get home. And we'll see everybody when we get back. What? Drive faster.
I'm literally getting ready to pull in, so I just got to go in and turn my laptop and all that shit on and change my clizzos. Maybe I'll do the show nude.
Yeah, I'll join you.
It's a naked Wednesday night. It's a naked what the fuck news.
You're naked than a Jeff.
From my shirt down, I have nothing on.
Two naked fat guys in a Jeff.
But we'll be right
Welcome
back.
to the new show.
Like I said, check us out everywhere. bio.link/nonsensical network. You can find all our shows on our YouTube channel, which is Nonsensical Network. And don't forget, check out our merch. Glick I think Nikki's still working on the promo code where you can buy one hoodie and get the next one half off. So if your girlfriend steals it, you still got one for yourself.
We haven't done it.
nonsense.myspreadshop.com, and you can spread us on you. And we'll be back in just a minute. From Glick Studios. I like that. I really do like that. Welcome back, everybody. It is What the Fuck News. Don't forget, Mondays, Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations and Men Caring for Men. Tuesdays is Glick's House Music. Wednesdays is this show, the What the Fuck News. Thursdays is every other Thursday, is Cash's Corner. Fridays is Nonsense and Chill. We're doing something different. I think we're watching Top Secret. Saturdays, Nonsensical Nonsense, the flagship show where we open the door and anybody can come up and chat with us. Sundays is, of course, the Footy Football Show, the Unnecessary Roughness. And Fridays, and we also do occasionally Jeff's Garage when I can be bothered.
Awkward. I'm the only one that's naked.
Ew. Glad your camera.
I see a lot of new faces in the chat. I appreciate you. Welcome, Midnight Raven. I see you over there. Market Boutique. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Stock Explorer, what is up? I see you. What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
So I have one more story for you. And then I don't know, Glick, how many stories you got? Okay. Well, I had to do one Florida story at least. Blaze, he does Uber Eats. So an Uber Eats driver was charged and fired. Chaka, please guess why. Now this is Florida.
Charged and fired. Uber Eats driver. God, it's gotta be something crazy. Gotta be something crazy.
Oh, it's crazy. All right. Well, first of all, he was allegedly spitting on customers and stealing their Halloween decorations in Florida.
Damn.
He also supposedly spit in the food. So he faces multiple criminal charges after allegedly spitting in the customer's face, stealing portions of their food, and taking seasonal decorations from customers' yard during a late night delivery in Davenport, Florida. Alexandria Del Valle. She's 29. She was arrested last week and remains in custody in Central County Jail without eligibility for bond. Good for her. Good for them.
Wow.
Bail. She's looking at like 8 months in jail. That's what they're saying here.
Now I've been seeing videos like similar to that, to where that they see that they're not getting a tip and they just throw a fit and they'll throw their food and all that because they see beforehand that they're not getting a tip. Maybe it could be something like that.
Well, and I think that's what it was. But I actually saw a video the other day. This girl did something. She got all pissed and she threw dude's drink and food at the door. And he's like, "What the hell?" And she's like, "You didn't give me a tip." He's like, "Yeah, I was gonna give you cash because I only have so much on my card."
Yeah.
And she was like, and he's like, "Well, you're not getting it fucking now." And she was all mad about that too. And I was like, "Well, fuck her." I get it. If you're not gonna tip, okay. Yeah, your customer's an asshole. But you're gonna get in trouble for throwing their food or stealing their food.
Yeah. And when did tipping become mandatory for everything?
I saw a doctor's office. I saw a doctor's office where the guy came in and he went to pay for his bill. And the lady's like, "And how much are you going to tip me?" He's like, "Where the fuck are we?" She's like, "It's a doctor's office." Exactly. You're a fucking secretary. You get a salary. Yes, but you should tip. She wouldn't give back his card. He had to call the cops because she refused to give back his credit card.
Holy shit. I seen that. I seen that one. Yes, I did see that one. Yeah.
Did you not want to punch that bitch in the face?
Yes.
I was turn this motherfucker down.
You better give me my card back. But I it's crazy. I can see food service. You're getting a good meal. The waitress was amazing. Went above and beyond. You never had to ask for nothing. Boom, you're getting a tip.
Yeah.
But changing my fucking oil. That's his job. Nobody tips me for my job. Do you guys get tipped for your job?
No. Good God. No?
Oh,
Yeah,
so
but
speaking of that, if you guys want to tip, just hit that little money button down there. You can go ahead and send a super chat.
And if you want to tip Nonsensical Network, go ahead and go to Cash App glick 13.
There you go.
GLICK 13.
Yeah.
Technically,
when did tipping become
the
mandatory?
network Cash App.
I saw a meme the other day, and it said, if I have to stand up at a counter to order my food, you're not getting a tip.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if I go to McDonald's and you want a tip, yeah, it's not going to happen.
See, who was somebody in my family? It wasn't my dad. It might have been one of my uncles. We went to a restaurant and they would put the money out beforehand. This is your tip.
Mm.
Say it's $15, whatever it is. Every time they mess something up, they start taking $1 away. Boom, boom, boom. You know, that's how he did it.
Well, like the funny thing is,
I used to do that back in the day when we would go to a restaurant. This is back. I was in my early 20s. I would take 21s in with me, and I would set it down on the
going
table.
to the strip club.
And every time, and it didn't matter if I only went into a restaurant and spent $9, you know. But every time my glass got below half full, yoink. If I asked for something, if it took them more than a certain amount of time, you take $1 away. And I didn't do it to be a dick. I was like, I don't want to fucking.
If you want to tip, you got to kind of.
I want to eat. I want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Chop chop.
Well, the funny thing is, it's like restaurant tipping should not be a thing, because if you look at Europe, if you go to Europe and you tip, they're like, "What are you doing?"
Now I'm getting ready to marry somebody who's spent most of her life in the service industry, so
and you
she
watch
knows what it's, so we're
run out of your wallet.
Sometimes I'm like,
yeah.
Like,
but
so,
if the company would pay a living wage and just charge a couple extra bucks for the food, you wouldn't need a fucking tip.
My wife was a waitress too, so she gets on me about the whole tip thing also. But like I worked at a restaurant before too, and the tips got spread amongst everybody there. Even if your waitress was amazing, she may have get $1 out of that, and then went to like the dishwasher, the bartender, everything.
Some
they split it up.
Yeah. So tipping, I don't mind tipping, but once again, on certain things I don't, because it's like, you changed my oil, dude. Number one, I wouldn't have somebody change my oil, but as you were saying, I'm not going to tip you for.
There's nothing wrong with having somebody change your oil for you.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with it, but I'm going to do it myself because I can play with my toy.
I can do it myself, Jeff. I'm busy.
I live.
Fuck you! I stay home all day. I mean, what are you going to do?
Look, I
work from home. I can take a break any time of the day. And be like, fuck, I'm going to change my oil.
I don't have time. When you're a champ like me, you can't lower yourself to you peasants and change my.
So you're saying that
I am better than you.
I hope your head gasket blows, and then you're like, oh, get on it.
I am saying I am better than you, Jeff. I am saying I'm better than you.
Oh, I can
I'm grateful for
done.
I am very grateful that I can go to Valvoline and be in and out of there in 10 minutes, and slap my.
I can do it.
What?
I can do it in 10 minutes. It doesn't take. It's changing the oil.
Yeah, but it's also going to cost me 500 times more the money to have you do it.
How do you figure?
Because you live in Cancun and I live in Ohio.
Well, duh.
Yeah, you have to get the car to Cancun first.
It's just a short drive. Don't worry about it.
Bye, Nicky. I'll be back in 3 weeks. I'm going to get the oil changed.
It takes like 3.5 weeks to get here. Don't worry about it.
There goes my vacation for the entire year on one oil change.
And then you got to change it when you get home. You just drove 12
hours. Yeah, exactly. I'll just drive.
MK says, is this a wrestling skit or something? But Glick does have a championship belt.
I do have a championship. I actually have 3 of them.
Why you
that will soon be mine, brother. That will soon be mine, brother.
My good one's still out in my car.
What'd you put up Did you put up one of the belts for something?
No.
I'm coming for that belt. Oh yeah.
I got that one.
Well, if everything goes well for me,
this is the custom made belt that I paid to have made.
Yeah,
that's sick.
But the good one's out in the car because this one was kind of a faulty one. Actually, now that Nikki can do designs and stuff,
yeah, you can add to it.
I got to make a new I'm going to make a new logo for that one. And then my favorite belt.
Everybody's showing up in chat today. Damn.
Yeah, Wednesdays are awesome. No, if everything
If you're a
goes
wrestling
well,
fan, you know what that is.
Gay, got it.
That's cool.
The Smoking Skull belt.
If
From
all goes
Stone
well for
Cold
me,
Steve Austin.
I'm buying a 3D printer, and for our fantasy football league, I've already designed it looks like the Super Bowl trophy, but it says Nonsensical Network Fantasy Football League. And whoever wins,
Oh, yeah.
There's
That's
a guy
cool.
that I found I didn't find, I just came across it on Facebook Market. It does them here in town. $15.
Yeah.
And what would you guys do? Just like send them over to whoever the winner is and keep moving it?
Yeah, whoever the winner is. Well, if I buy a 3D printer, I'll send a new one out each year.
Okay, Mr. Sassy Pants.
And it'll have the
Okay,
date
Mr.
on it. Because
Yeah.
one of the things I want to learn how to do as well is I want to learn how to electroplate so I can make it look like gold.
That'd be cool.
You just use zinc and copper and you electroplate it. You got to spray paint it with a special kind of electrifiable paint, and you dip it in the liquid and run electric through it with a plate of copper, and it will eat the copper away from the copper plating and put it on the equipment. It's really cool process.
Thank you, Arkansas, with a $10 bomb. I appreciate it.
Wow, look at that.
So much, Arkansas. Look at you, girl. You didn't have to do that. Appreciate you. Thank you.
But yeah, it's the process is really cool.
Now, do you have a 3D printer? You said
no. I want to buy one.
If you buy one, you got to do videos on that because that's interesting.
Oh, I'm gonna. I'm actually the one I'm looking at. I'm looking at the Creality K1 Max. It does a 300 centimeters by 300 centimeters or millimeters by 300 by 300. So you can print an entire Ironman helmet in a single setting.
Speaking of fantasy football, you want to take a break and then we can come back and do our recap of fantasy football? I don't know where we're at on time.
I know.
We're about an hour in.
I didn't.
But yeah, we can. We literally just played a break while you were changing and getting it on.
Okay, well, I didn't know where you were on time. I wasn't paying attention to when you took a break.
If you're over in my chat, don't forget to go subscribe to Arkansas. Show love. She gave me that.
Are you done with that?
Yeah.
Are you
subscribe? There you go.
Are you done with your stories there, Jeffrey?
I am.
Okay. So we usually do this every Wednesday. Some of you guys may not know. Some of you guys may know. We have a podcast, Fantasy Football League, which we will be looking to grow next year. So any of you fantasy football players out there, let me know. Let us know. I want to get a max of 12 teams.
Yeah.
If we can max out the 12 teams,
Dude, I was really close to
prize, obviously, as Jeff mentioned, which I mean, this year, if I got to spend the $15-20 or whatever it is to have a guy make the trophy, I'll do it this year. And you want to worry about it, Jeff, if you don't have your printer by the end of the season.
Yeah, if I don't have my printer by then, yeah.
But there will also be a prize pack that goes along with it as soon as we max out our league. But we did have games this week.
Shaka,
We'll do a
check
real
this out.
recap.
This is how big I'm printing it. I have to glue it all together once it's printed.
Oh shit, you're doing the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, the
It's
guy
going
here in
big.
town does a full size replica of the Lombardi Trophy.
This is actually bigger than the Lombardi Trophy.
No, that's a bit much, especially if we're gonna have to be.
It's 5
dropping it.
plates. I did the math. It's going to take I think 19 hours to print.
Yeah, you're always overcompensating for your short stature.
I don't care. How
It's
cool would that
unnecessary.
be to have? It'll be about a little.
Do you
over
know
a
how
foot
big
and a
the
half tall.
Lombardi Trophy is?
No, I don't. That's the crazy thing.
So you don't even know if that's bigger or smaller because you have no idea.
All I know is I measured it out. It's going to be about a little over a foot and a half tall.
Well,
Once we get
no,
it.
it's way smaller than the Lombardi.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah,
That is a nonsensical size of a trophy right there.
yeah.
Well, it's big enough where
kids
you'd
get.
hold it in one hand. And
That's
the beauty of
what your
3D
kids get
printing,
when they win T-ball championship.
well, fine. I'll make it bigger. I don't care.
You won't have to. I'll buy the one from the
No,
guy
you
here.
buy this one this year's, and then next year I can change it.
You can
'cause like
you
I
can
said-
just print the nameplate because it comes with the slots to drop and the
Oh, it
extra
does?
nameplate. Actually, it comes with the extra name. Oh, what?
What do you want? You want ice cream?
Oh,
I have
shit.
like
Where you going?
12 different prints ready to go as soon as I get the printer.
I
I have one. It's going to be about 3 feet tall.
If you go to
It's a
McDonald's,
giant A-bomb that says F-bomb on it.
I'll show
that's
you.
cool.
It's fine.
And I'm going to have it up on the
That's
shelf.
actually really cool.
Is your
How
phone?
expensive are those things? Are they super crazy expensive?
What do you want?
The one I'm looking at, the Creality K1 Max, is $1,000 on Amazon.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's
the
not bad at all.
filament will cost you about 15 to 20 bucks a roll.
And how long does a roll last? Like, you gonna blow a
you-
whole roll out
you-
on that one trophy?
No, with 15 rolls of filament, you can print an entire Iron Man suit that you can wear.
Okay.
So it
Where you at,
now
Em?
the problem is when they print, you have to sand it and paint it. You gotta do a little body work to it. But
Yeah.
anything you could think of, there's 8 different websites that I use, and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff, and then you can scale it to any size. I can make that F-bomb that big, but I wanted a big one so I could hang it up on the thing.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I just play with them.
Technology is a trick, man. That's crazy. That's even a thing.
The other thing with the Creality K1 Max, it's one of those printers that you don't have to worry about fiddling. Like if you buy a cheap one, you can buy one for like $200. The problem is you got to know how it works and how to fuck with it and how to because you got to fiddle with it. With a K1 Max, you just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
And it'll
And
only fuck up like once every like 50 prints.
And MK said that's going to be expensive to ship to his house.
It will.
Where's
Well, the beauty of it is,
BK, where are you located?
yeah, where are you located?
He's like in the
Because-
forest with a pet wolf. That's the type of dude he is. I'm not even kidding.
But it's like one of those things where depending on how you set up the print, they're almost hollow. I mean, they got you can't squish them, but they have like a mesh inside, so they're not solid. So it doesn't weigh a lot. So it's literally just comes down to size of package. Like that F-bomb that I'm printing, it might weigh 2 pounds, but it'll be almost 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I think I have the F-bomb takes 10 prints just to print out.
Yeah. Yeah. See, MK's in Southern Oregon in the woods.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Well, if you're anything like Jeff, we won't ever have to worry about sending the trophy to you.
Yeah, agreed. Because I sucking at this. These are all the prints I have ready to go. I have this. I think this is
A lot
cool.
of free time that you could have been used to help grow the social media.
This actually spells out nonsensical nonsense. And it is, each letter is a foot tall.
I'm so busy. I'm over here doing 3D prints. I can't post on social media.
Yeah, well, I work on this at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but social media doesn't close. It's not like, from midnight to 9 a.m. social media is closed or anything.
Sure it is. But yeah, get into this fantasy football because shit, I got to do my team for this week. I got close to beating you. I'm kind of impressed with myself.
Yeah, but did you? So Connor was on a bye week. He got back to his winning ways, if you will. He beat the Ham and Eggers. Justin smacked the dog shit out of Derek and almost scored 200 fucking fantasy points. 180 to 103. Cam beat Brian 130 to 119. And then the champ versus Dusty Spunks. I was down by a point at the end of Sunday night's game. And I still had Russell Wilson of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I had Russell Wilson of Pittsburgh, so I only needed to get him to get me like a 1.5. Well, he got me 14 points. So, Jeff, you are still mopping up the sellers in the standings. You are above the bye week team, the Ham and Eggers, the Kagers, who are rightfully 0-8. You're sitting at 2-6. Derek and Connor are tied for
I'm
fifth
falling back for a more dramatic win in the end.
You keep saying that, but you're not winning. And we're almost
It wouldn't be dramatic if it was 1 or 2.
It's almost completely out of reach. You have a 2% chance of making the playoffs.
You'd be surprised what.
But there is a chance. There is a chance.
There is a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes. Derek and Connor are tied for 5th at 4-4. Brian and Cam are tied for 3rd at 5-3, and Justin and I are tied for 1st at 6-2. This week coming up, I am on a bye week, and I was kind of freaking out because half my roster is on a bye this week, and I'm like, the fuck am I going to do? And then I realized I get the bye week, so I'm not that worried.
Well, I have to mess around with my teams.
Yeah, Cam is going up against Connor. If there was ever a week for you to win, it would be this week, and that would be awesome if you could do that for me, if you could beat Justin, so I could take first place solely. And then Derek and Derek and Brian. I mean, either way, I'm still going to be tied for first place if you take a dive or not. And Derek and Brian are going at it. Yeah, if the playoffs were to start today, the playoff bracket in the first round of the championship would be Justin and Brian, and then Cam and me.
Which one are you guys using? Which platform?
ESPN.
ESPN one. So right now I am projected at 121.
As far as the rest of fantasy football goes for me, because I am in 3 leagues. In my personal league, the money league that I'm in, I am on a 5-game win streak, and I am sitting nice and comfy in first place.
Well, you got to understand, when I play, I literally, the only time I look at it is on Wednesdays when we talk about it.
And then the other league that I'm in, shout out to Tony D.
The rest of the week, I completely forget it exists.
Yeah, shout out to Tony D in the Belt Kings Fantasy Football. This is still a clusterfuck, is the name of my team, because this league is still a clusterfuck. I am tied for first place in that one too, with a 6-game win streak. I lost the first 2 because I had to free agency build. Man, Tony D is not a very good commissioner. He's 3 years in and he's still learning. So, but I lost the first 2 weeks, and then I've won the last 6 in a row, rather convincingly, just smacking the dog shit out of everybody that I come across at this point. I beat Brian by 36 points this week.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's your little nonsensical nonsense fantasy football league recap. We do got a few more weeks before playoffs start. Playoffs start week 15, I believe. When do the playoffs start? Yes, week 15. So, got a couple more weeks there, Jeffrey.
You missed my plan and total. My plan is not getting the playoffs because I'm forced to play in the fucking first place. I barely pay attention, so I'm just.
Well, you're still gonna. I mean, whether you get to the playoffs or not, you're still gonna be forced to play every year.
Oh, I know, but that way I don't have to worry about the fucking playoffs. I'm doing.
Yeah.
I set up my team. The problem is I literally just went through and set up my team for this week. And the best I can do is 122.3 points.
That's only projection. That don't mean nothing. I had fucking CeeDee Lamb and Travis Kelce put up 80 points for me. 2 guys.
Well, maybe I'll get lucky.
2 weeks in a row. In a row, Nikki, who has a team filled with basically Pittsburgh Steelers, have damn near tripled what her other guys have done. The projections don't mean nothing. I mean, because you could have a guy go out there and absolutely, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, a guy could absolutely go out. Like I said, CeeDee Lamb got 40 points this week. Travis Kelce got 25. There's a bunch of, I had basically everybody on every one of my rosters get 20 plus points this week.
Well, I'm calling it right now.
Hey, MK, stick around.
Cincinnati's quarterback, he's going to score me 100 points. I'm just calling. Jay Burrow. He's going to score me 100 points. Why not?
Joe Burrow spends more time on his ass than he does throwing footballs. So.
Maybe I'll get lucky. I don't know. He's the best one I got. He's 18, projected 18.
However, I was talking to Nikki's son Jay, who was home from the military this weekend when we were in PA. That's why we went to PA, and he's in a couple fantasy leagues. And I'm going to have to get with him next year because they have a dual quarterback league. So they have 2 quarterbacks that start.
Ooh, interesting.
What? That's different.
Yeah. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Guaranteed triple digits.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, hell yeah. And they got a 10-team league, and there's like no QBs left. I mean, like if you go look at free agency, it's all like third string guy and Anthony Richardson.
Well, so you basically have to pick your quarterbacks for the year.
Yeah.
And hope none of them get hurt. That sounds like a lot of work.
So I'm gonna look into doing that next year because I think that'll be cool. You got 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex, and defense. So you just add a quarterback, which I could have played both of my quarterbacks this week in my leagues.
So
I
when
would have
you
been worried about shit.
when you guys start up your fantasy football, do you announce it on your channel or do you do
Oh,
it?
yeah, we actually did. This year we did the draft live.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So it was literally the entire time you just stared at the top of our heads because we're playing and we're talking shit.
Also in the defense of Jeff and who else? Who was in there live with us? Connor?
It was Cam.
I don't know.
I know Cam.
They don't really know. They don't really know anything about football, so I couldn't like. It's not like I could.
I know how the game's played, but you could put 40 football players in front of me, and I wouldn't know which one was which, unless they're wearing their jersey. I knew who Travis Kelce is because I see him all over fucking TikTok all the time. But
yeah, so it's not like we could sit
next to him in the elevator and not realize it.
Yeah. We couldn't sit there and have conversations about players and picks and everything like that because they're like, oh, that guy he's just projected to do really good this year.
That's all I look for. I was like, he's got some points looking for, and I'm taking him.
Yeah, but it's a free league, like I said, I would like
I'm a co-founder, but I do enjoy it. But like right now, I'm super busy.
What up, Wilma? How you doing?
Done. I have to go back to work.
Yeah, projections don't mean shit. You got to know the players and know the match. Like we talked about, I picked up Tracy Tyrone Jr. from the Giants. He's the backup running back a few weeks ago. Devin Singletary was hurt. Giants are ass. But I looked at the matchup, and I told the guys on the football show, I said, homeboy's going to get at least 25 points, 2 tutties. And they're like, you're out of your fucking mind. Because nobody knew who he was. I was just talking out of my ass like I normally do. Homeboy got 2 tutties and over 100 yards rushing and got 26 fucking points. And he just went off Monday night against the Steelers as well.
I will say, if I ever win the whole fucking lot, no one will ever hear the end of it.
As long as I'm still breathing, you'll never win it.
Dude, you want to talk about a championship belt? I will make one the size of this wall saying I beat everybody in fantasy football, and I will never let these fuckers live it out. On their graves, I will be like, I still beat you in fantasy football, and you died before me. Fuck you. Just saying.
Same thing. My butt. I'm just saying, as long as I'm still breathing, you'll never win.
You say that now, but I'm going to find me a football expert
belt
in my neighborhood and be like, dude, do it.
Jeff, I pray for you to find a football expert in your neighborhood. You know why? Because you live in Mexico and you're going to say football and they're going to think soccer. And
No.
There's
There's a guy every weekend right down the road. All he does is watch American football all day long. And I'm like,
You're wearing a soccer jersey right now.
yeah, because it was free. They gave it to me with a pack of beer, man. I was like, well,
Did they really?
It was his son. His son
do these
outgrew
weird
it.
promos. They do these weird promos at the stores, and I was like, free shirt. I'll buy some beer.
I've done the same thing. Free shirt. I'll take. What is that? Shitty ass whiskey.
What do you got there? I bought a
I'm just spending $6 on your bullshit whiskey just to get a free $10 shirt.
I almost bought 3 liters of Coke, like 2.5 liters of Coke today, because it came with a dipping plate for like your chips and salsa, and I was like,
Yeah.
I really need that much Coke. I really like that dipper. I mean, it was plastic. I could have 3D printed it or used a plate, but I was like,
yeah. I really do. That's a true story. I think I spent probably about $70 on a whiskey because it came with a shirt and I liked the design, but the whiskey was trash. But the shirt was cool though.
Was it at least X amount of proof so you could use it for lighter fluid?
It got you drunk, but it just wasn't. It was a mixer. It was a mixer.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yeah, John was going to buy 3 pounds of cocaine just to get a fucking salsa plate.
Just to get that fucking fake tattoo sticker.
Yeah, hey, freeze free. No, my dad used to do that with hats. My dad was, he was a plumber all his life, and he'd go to all these supply shops that they'd be like, we got our new products. And he's like, you guys got a hat? And they're like, yeah, where you go? Dude would come home with like 50 hats. He had a wall just with hats. And I think he wore one of them.
Yeah.
Well, JR, it's justifiable mistake. He does live in Mexico, so he very well could be talking about cocaine.
Yeah, you never know.
I thought it was a watermelon. No, I was gonna. Oh, speaking of the temporary tattoos, like Chaka just said, I seen a reel on YouTube the other day. This chick was like, they should do temporary tattoos on the inside of condoms. That way, when you're done doing the little, you take the condom off, and boom, purple dragon right on your dick.
You know what? I'm not mad at that.
A good idea.
I'm not mad. I was telling Nikki about it. I was like, I would start wearing condoms.
On top of that, the nonsensical nonsense tattooable condom.
I really, Jeff, no, because then we already.
Dude, why not?
We already have to put the disclaimer. We already have to put the disclaimer on the show when we drop the link in the chat. Please put your penis away. Now they're going to be like, oh, but
your bio dot links on your fucking cock.
Unfortunately, there's some people that can't fit the nonsensical nonsense network. It's just going to say no.
That's all it's going to say. Is no. No.
That old joke. Oh, dude, when I'm hard, it says, welcome to the USS Mississippi. When I'm not, it's just the initials.
But that actually is a pretty fucking solid idea.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
I'm calling Trojan boys.
Give me like a, yeah, you want to see the purple dragon?
In cases you guys are not the thought I have when about to have sex. Sorry, no sale.
See, I agree, MK, and I don't want the thought of my logo on your dick. Another personal.
Maybe just a QR code on the head. I'm just saying. That way, when you send a dick pic, they can scan it. I'm an idea guy. I'm just saying.
We're definitely not on the same page here. I mean, like maybe maybe like pasty right now. I'm in.
I was thinking, is he gonna scan? Is he gonna scan my QR code?
Get those. Did I freeze? You get those guys that send those weird dick pics all the time. And the one time he gets laid, then sends dick pics, you get a QR code with it. Just saying.
Look at Arkansas. She said she'll be right back, and then we start talking about dick pics. She's like, never mind, I'm not gonna go yet.
Wait a minute, hold on. Just getting interesting.
Idea man.
Did somebody say dick pics? Here's my Snapchat, fellas.
Speaking of penises, Glick, it's about that time for the penis stories of the week. Because we're about an hour and 22 into it.
I usually do it about an hour and 45.
You guys do penis stories of the week?
Every
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Dude, we did one week. The first time we did one, Glick told these, it's like a top 10 weird dick stories or something like that. And then the next week we finished it and we didn't do it. People got pissed, dude.
The reason I started doing the BuzzFeed list was because there was a couple weeks in a row where I had news stories about, like, there was this dude in India that sat down on his toilet and a snake was coiled up in the bowl and jumped up and latched onto his penis. Then there was something about a guy shoving like a USB cord and stuff in his pee hole. Oh, my favorite one, my favorite penis story was this OnlyFans chick. This OnlyFans chick invited a guy over to film content. And when they got done, she's like, I'm going to go take a shower. Well, she didn't mention to the guy that she didn't mention to the guy that she had a 10-foot python in the house. Jeez. Well, he's laying in the bed, still somewhat semi-hard. Here comes this fucking snake just slithering away, and he goes, whoop, just like you, right, the whole thing in his mouth.
Deep-throated his junk.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and then I didn't do it. Then I didn't do a penis story for a couple of weeks, and in the chat they're like, "Yo, where's the fucking penis stories?" Like, what? So it just become a mandatory thing on Wednesday night. So I started going to BuzzFeed, and I love BuzzFeed. Shout out to BuzzFeed. No affiliation, just shout out to them because they do some great lists, and they always reach out to their readers and their followers to send in the responses, and they've got a ton of penis stories. I don't even remember where we left off last week.
I got to give a shout out to Arkansas for the $2 donation. She says she is here for the pics.
A little disclaimer: you will be disappointed.
Yeah, 100%. You can look at your pinky and get the same effect. I'm just saying. No, but like we did one.
Damn, this show took a left turn.
We did one where this guy, I can't remember what he did, but he split his dick, like peeled it like a banana.
Wow.
He
was having sex. She had a goddamn vice grip vagina and just peeled it. Another guy cut it in half when he was riding a BMX bike with no seat on, and a rusty little.
We did that one story where the guy in Asia had his dick cut off and then he served it at a dinner.
You guys have a plethora of stories.
Like $2,000 a pop.
Oh yeah, dude. The current list we're on right now is and Jeff, we can take a break and then we can come back. The current list we're on now is 15 hookup stories from people who have had sex with a micro penis. And just so you guys know, so I don't have to. The average penis size is about 5 inches. To constitute a micro penis would be half that, so about 2.5 inches erect is a micro penis.
Interesting.
Us.
I'm 2.3 erect. I'm 2.3 erect. What are you gonna do? Most days it looks like a turtle peeking its head out through the bushes.
MK said he would hate to see your guys' search history.
Oh, you have no idea, buddy. You have no idea.
This is what the fuck news. Like I said, it became a mainstay because it was asked for, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be known as the guy who does penis stories on podcasting. At least I'm known for something.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
So when we'll take a
penis stories. I'm just saying. Joe Rogan's got Trump. We got dicks. I'm just saying.
Some might say it's the same thing. Yeah.
Depending on who you ask. Well, if it's Nazi penises, then the left would say we were them. Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Let's take a real quick break. Once again, you can follow us at bio.link/nonsensical network and find all the penis stories. And what do we got here? What's the last? You know what? We haven't done. It's a little long.
We still have Halloween music on there.
I know, but you got. Well, I was going to do Wicked Woman, but it's so long. I want to do The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's down there. That is.
Night.
Oh, yeah, that's our boys. Our last night.
This. I don't like the movie, but I like this version of the song. So we're going to go ahead and play this, and we'll be back in 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat, if the neighbor's gonna die of fright. It's our town, everybody scream. I am the one hiding under your bed. Teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red. I am the one hiding under your stairs. Fingers like snakes and spiders in my hair. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. In this town we call home, everyone hail to the pumpkin song. In this town, don't be loving now, everybody's waiting for the next surprise. Round that corner, man, hiding in the trash can. Something's waiting at the fountain. Now you're. This is Halloween, red and black, slimy green. Aren't you scared? That's just fine. Say it once, say it twice. Take a chance and roll the dice. Ride with the moon in the dead of night. Everybody scream, everybody scream. In our town of Halloween. I am the clown with a tearaway face. Hear it in a flash and come without a trace. I am the hell when you call hell's there. I am the wind blowing through your hair. I am the shadow on the moon at night, filling your dreams to the brim with fright. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. Tender love wings everywhere. Life's no fun without a good scare. That's our job, but we're not mean. In our town of Halloween. In this town, don't be loving now, everybody's waiting for the next surprise. Skeleton Jack might catch you in the back and scream like a banshee, make you jump out of your skin. This is Halloween, everybody scream. Won't you please make way for a very special guy? Our man Jack is king of the pumpkin patch. Everyone hail to the pumpkin king now. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. In this town we call home, everybody hail to the pumpkin song.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for checking out our latest cover. We really hope you liked it. We're posting videos every single month, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we don't need to hear that.
I-
So that
I
was
like
this
that,
Halloween.
I like that version
By-
of that one.
What's the name of the band? Is Our Last Night.
Our last night. Check them out. They do a lot of really cool punk emo rock covers. They did a killer cover of Morgan Wallen's Last Night.
Yeah.
I've talked to them about coming on the show, but they kind of blew up overnight and got super busy with touring and everything like that. So they're like, play our music. Hell yeah, that's awesome. And if we ever have time,
How cool would that be if you had somebody on your show, then the next day, all of a sudden, they
They're the
just
biggest thing since
went
sliced
nuts.
bread.
And then you just had them on last night. That'd be awesome.
Well, actually, we're
bet.
kind of in that boat a little bit. We got the Southern Outlaws band. They're starting to blow up, like you read about. They're number 2 on that
They've
list.
been blown up. They've been blown
You
up.
guys
They're
have
everywhere.
some excellent musicians on your channel. So props to you because they're I don't know where you find them. They're all really good.
Instagram. It's my
Yeah.
algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just cool enough to be like, yeah. Come
It's
out,
Google
hang
is
out with
all penis.
My
His
Instagram
Instagram
is
is all
totally
bad.
different. It's all fart jokes and stuff like that.
you. My yeah.
You
my
go to
Google
my
history
Instagram,
is
it's
all-
nothing but cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back, everybody, to the nonsensical nonsense show we call What the Fuck News. All that is news, all the news that is news that makes you say what
Thank you,
the
Arkansas.
fuck. Once again, Mondays, Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations. Had a great time with Chris the other day. And the Men Caring for Men show, one right after the other. Tuesdays, Glick's House Music, like we were just talking about. Wednesdays is this show, What the Fuck News. Every other Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, everything goes correctly, is Cash's Corner, where they talk wrestling. Fridays is Nonsense and Chill, where we watch movies and kind of do a commentary track, so to speak, about it. And then Saturdays is Nonsensical Nonsense, the Open Door Challenge, the flagship show, the original, where the crazy people take over and we just kind of roll with it for 6 hours. And then Sundays, Unnecessary Roughness, and occasionally Jeff's Garage.
And Junior, Diddy ain't got nothing on a nonsensical party. We make that look like
You ain't
amateur
shit.
hour.
Yeah. Without the fucking. Well,
I still got dudes locked in cages from the last. Wait, I mean, what?
you know what? Go for it. Go run. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Dudes in cages.
Dig that hole. Dig that hole.
I'm not digging a hole, Jeff. I'm making us famous, bro. Word gets out. All of a sudden, they're like, Diddy was the same compared to those nonsense. We should investigate them. Next thing you know, we got news crews all up our asses. We become the next biggest podcast, and they don't find anything because there's nothing to find. Because what they realize is, I go to work and come home and don't do much else. You never leave your house
until they check our algorithms and go, "Wow, you guys got rid of some weird shit."
There's nothing wrong there. It's not
So
illegal.
Now, just because I was on the show a couple of times, they're gonna find out that I'm a freak.
Actually,
guilty by GBA, guilty by association, Chaka.
Speaking of Diddy, I saw something online today.
What do you want me to do?
You know how when you have black plastic on your car and it starts to get faded?
Yeah.
Well, they say, at least according to this video, that if you use baby oil and rub on it, it'll shine again. And I was like, oh, that's what Diddy was doing. He's just a car guy. Got it.
Keeping his car shiny.
Yeah, he's just keeping it. It's like tire shine, but cheaper.
Diddy fake news.
Yeah. But yeah, we are ready for the penis.
Gather around, campers.
Penis. Penis.
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it in your hand.
That came from a penis story.
Yeah.
I love that one. That would make me laugh so much.
Oh, the girl she was a gold star lesbian, and the first time she did a three-way, she didn't know what to do with the dick, so her friend was like, firmly grasp it in your hand.
No, she that's what she said out loud. And then her and her girlfriend wound up getting married. And the guy they had the threesome with turned out to be the best man at the wedding. And when he stood up at the wedding to give his speech, he said, everyone, please grab your champagne glasses and firmly grasp them in your hands. Only the three of them knew what was going on.
And the two brides passed out from laughing.
Yes. So this week, as I said, we're gonna wrap up this list. This top 15 stories, top 15 hookup stories from people who have had sex with a micro penis. And this is from BuzzFeed. Again, I'm a fan of BuzzFeed. We're not affiliated with them yet. Maybe one day. I'm a huge fan of BuzzFeed, not just because of the penis stories. They do a lot of really cool stuff on BuzzFeed. they actually do a much better job with music countdowns than fucking Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones magazine can go to hell because your lists are shit.
Oh, they're dog shit. We
That's
did that
my
one. We were talking about the we did a music list from Rolling Stones, and it was just so out there. We were disgusted by the time we got through it.
Yeah. Anyways, these are the 15 stories that deal with micro penises. And Elizabeth writes in, one night I got high with an ex's friend that led to us hooking up. When his pants came off, I saw that his penis was no bigger than the size of my thumb. Maybe smaller, Elizabeth says. Luckily, he was amazingly talented with his fingers. So we ended up getting so passionate that we fell off the bed and onto his guitar, which then he played in my ear while we kissed. To this day, it was one of the most romantic one-night stands I've ever had. Small penis and guitar douchebag guy.
Hey, that's
It's kind of like when you lose your hearing, your other senses pick up. Small dick, you learned other skills.
play the shit out of that guitar.
Yeah, well,
That's why I have racing stripes in my beard. Small penis, but I excel in other areas. I am a champion taco eater.
Thomas said, "Can you classify?" I don't think he was here, but can you classify what micro is? Clarify.
So the average penis size, the average penis size is 5 inches. Hard is 2.5 is considered micro by the experts.
Hard.
So
how would you like that on your resume? I'm an expert in micro penises. Like, whoa.
Well, you're not an expert in micro
It's like
penises.
you're a urologist expert.
Yeah, you're like a urologist or a sex doctor or something like that.
If I was a urologist, that's what I would put. I have a master's in micro penis.
Thomas is going to get a ruler right now. Check this shit.
Sweet.
Well, I checked on break. I checked on break just to make sure. I was like, yes, yes.
Nice.
I don't need to check. I just tuck in my gut. Are you still there? Yeah. I suck it in for a minute. Yeah, still there.
They might be, Thomas. I don't know, man. I don't keep up with my LGBTQ calendar. Yeah.
All your bros do
it. I'll call my broster and ask him, her, him, whatever, him.
There you go.
This might be a story that Nikki wrote in because it says Amish girl 281. I tease my fiance.
Comes across
a little behind the scenes. I tease my fiance, who's originally born and raised in PA, that she's Amish. That everybody in PA was Amish up until like 10 years ago. So Amish girl writes in, it was my first time hooking up with someone after opening up my relationship. The guy was so good at oral, but oral isn't really my jam. Oh, okay. This is definitely not Nikki. So
she's a weird.
What's that?
That chick is like, oral's not my jam. You're a weirdo, or whoever you're doing it with isn't doing it right.
Amish girl says, so I dropped hints about wanting to take things further. He pulled down his pants and I could hardly see his penis. Oh. I ended up on top and just had to sort of grind. since it was too small to bounce. He knew how to work his fingers though, so no complaints from me. So he was great at oral, but you don't like oral, but his finger is clearly bigger than his penis, so.
And now that guy he's gonna stumble upon this channel and be like, "Wait a minute,
I remember that.
I remember that. Damn it,
calling her."
Basically, he was a great bowler.
Yeah,
I think
they call him Mr. Brunswick. I'm just saying.
Teeny weeny party is in order. I have a shirt that says TPG, which stands for Tiny Pecker Gang. I am the founder and president of
Tiny Pecker Gang.
Not only the president, he's a client.
Founder and president. Salina writes in. She says, I dated a guy who I had known in high school, but we didn't hook up until years later. When we got together, he was all about taking care of me, and he was amazing at it. When we finally did have sex, he gave me a warning that he wasn't very big. This whore says, I've seen plenty of wieners. I hope she didn't say it out loud to him.
He's like, Jesus, whore.
Hey, forget about it. I've seen plenty of penises.
Why is she Italian all of a sudden?
I don't know. So,
yeah, see, I've seen a lot of penis. See,
why is she Christopher Walken all of a sudden?
I know.
So anyway, she says, I've seen plenty of wieners before and wasn't worried about it. Unfortunately, it was no bigger than my pinky. While I could barely feel anything, that's because you've had so many wieners in you. Like throwing a handful of hot dogs down a hallway.
Down a hallway. Yeah. Hey.
It's not his fault you got huge fucking pinkies, lady.
Your pinky looks like a fucking baby's arm. Let's be honest.
Big ass pinky. Shit.
You got big ass man hands, whore. She said, while I could barely feel anything during actual penetration, he was great about taking care of me afterwards. You know what? I don't know. You know what? Maybe next week I'll
do the research, Thomas.
Thomas, I'll do the research for you, and next week we'll compare penises around the world.
Didn't we do that before?
I think we might have. We do a lot of penis. We talk a lot about penises on this network. Maddie, right?
This lady with the big pinky now decides to talk shit now.
Yeah. She's got the pinky of Andre the Giant, but whatever.
It's not my fault you got elephantitis of the pinky. It's average size, lady. It's 3 inches.
Anybody want a peanut?
Maddie writes in, and she says, I hooked up with a guy whose penis was about 1 inch long. Jesus. It looked as skinny as a stick. I mean, sticks come in lots of different sizes.
I was going to say that's not a great comparison. Jesus.
Yeah. But when we started to have sex, it actually wasn't bad. He was able to make it feel good. I hadn't had much experience at the time. Yeah. Well, I mean, she said she hadn't had much experience at the time, so she
better
still
than the
was
pinky whore. So I get it.
Yeah. So his penis made it a lot easier for me to try a bunch of different positions. I don't know how many different positions you were trying with 1 inch penis.
Right.
Because it just doesn't.
She's like one of those white chicks that got no ass.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like if she was like a 2x4 super skinny, because you can flip them, smack them down, reverse them, spin them around. You can do all kinds of shit with them. I don't regret it at all because I got to learn, and he still made everything nice, even with being so little. A lot of these stories are very positive for us.
They're very
not so well endowed gentlemen.
Yeah, she's really letting him down easy. That reminds me of a TikTok I just seen. It was a dude fixing something. He's a plumber. He was fixing something, and his buddy asked him for his measuring tape, and he gives him the measuring tape, and he kept coming up with the wrong measurement. He's like, "Dude, where did you get this measuring tape?" He's like, "This is the one. This is the one I found in the living room." He's like, "That's my wife's measuring tape," and then he gave it to his wife, and it goes like 1, 5, 9, and it's all fucked up. He's all, yeah, we don't use this one; it's broken.
That was broken. Yeah, one would think. Well, I mean, I do all right. Sometimes, hey, she just confirmed it's not about the size of the fish. It's all about how he swims.
It's not how deep you fish. It's how you wiggle your worm.
Mm-hmm. Miss Mara writes in and she says, I once dated a guy who was gorgeous. But he kept acting a bit odd whenever my hands went near his crotch area. Maybe he was molested by a Catholic preacher.
Or has
Ever heard
crabs.
about that? Or has crabs.
Crabs.
Both very
That
possible.
one story where the girl reached down his pants and couldn't find it.
Yeah. His penis was so small that you could barely see it. It was literally the size of the tip of my finger. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, looks don't help if you ain't got nothing to play with.
Yeah. He was embarrassed, but I tried to get over it, and we did things other than sex. It was a real shame because all the other stuff we did was great. But he was so caught up with his micro penis that it made him freeze whenever we got intimate. We broke up after a few months, and part of it was due to our sexual incompatibility, which was unfortunate because I really fancied him. She didn't even mind his small penis. He had a good personality.
They did.
Yeah.
They had good conversations. It's a shame.
These people are
It's not the
so
only thing.
mature about it. Like, where are the stories where the girl's like, no?
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I could tell you a couple personal stories. And then they woke up the next day chloroformed in a cage.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, what?
I just said, George, does it smell like chloroform?
Then they woke up in my basement. They may or may not still be there. Thinking the woman that wrote are all ugly.
Yeah.
You know, that's a valid point, Thomas. They are.
I never thought of it that way.
In my head, when these stories are read, in my head, that's the way that they're coming out. Like that one looks like some troll under the bridge with huge thumbs that's just
Yeah.
forking up food into her mouth.
Yeah, I got a small penis. You won't notice because, geez, glad that anybody touched it. Oh.
Good thing you live in a cave.
Sorry.
Sarah writes in. She said, "I met a guy through Tinder, and she said she didn't even realize he had a micro penis until halfway through the hookup."
It's talent.
Or
I'm gonna sit on this. Yeah, halfway through the hookup. Let's ponder on this. How do you not realize the size? Was it that wallered out that you couldn't feel anything?
Spend time doing other things, building.
Yeah,
up
you make it out. You kind of getting into it. Then you take his pants and go, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Well, he was all about my needs and knew exactly how to touch me and where, Sarah says. I had numerous orgasms before he even took his pants off. Yeah.
There's why it's halfway through the fucking. There it is.
Which is always a plus in my book, Sarah says. He was also super easy to please. Giving him a blowjob was super simple. And by the time we got to the penile, the penile penetration, this bitch is definitely ugly. You're using words like that. I was so sensitive that it was fabulous, and it was easily one of the best sexual. That explains a lot. No wonder.
I was just thinking the same thing. I get it now. Now I've never had a complaint. I'll spend a week down there before I take my pants.
Well, you haven't had a complaint because usually they're still passed out from the chloroform when you leave.
Well, that too.
If it was so good, then why did you write this letter, lady? Why did you fucking put it out into the universe?
I want to know if they got married. Do they got like little babies with micro penises? Like, what's going on here?
Oh, he's bigger than me. Oh.
We got a couple more here, and then we'll get the block out of here. Kate B writes in. This is already a winner because she says right out the bat, "I'm bisexual." Win in my book. But I have a strong preference towards women. And to be honest, the best sex I've ever had with a man was from a man with a micro penis. Chalk another one up for the micro penises. We're winning tonight. Not only did this mean he was more creative in bed.
What's her name?
KB.
We are 14-0 in this list as the micro penises go. I don't think there's been a single complaint yet from both sexes because there was a couple gay stories in here.
Yeah.
But Kate says the best sex she'd ever had was with a man. It was from a man with a micro penis. Not only did this mean he was more creative in bed than other men that she had slept with, and also much more open to including toys, aka hollow dildos or extenders.
Well, yeah,
Penis
that's what
extenders.
you do,
Yeah.
penis.
I never used
I
them.
thought they're arm extenders. I was like, these are really long arms.
So he can hug her.
So you hug her, you hug this big old woman.
I hug these two girls.
Yes.
Been related.
Hollow dildos that stimulated him while adding a bit of length and girth to stimulate me are amazing, she says. But it was also a blessing to me. I've had a bunch of surgeries on my jaw and usually can't give oral sex to a man because my jaw can't open wide enough, which disappoints us both. For him,
I just mean
I
she doesn't
can't.
talk a lot.
It's
I'm
great.
okay.
It's a win-win.
Oh,
She can give,
yeah.
she can blow a small penis, and she doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
I don't
win-win.
see a downside to this story. I'm just saying, and she's like
Oh.
6. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Blowjobs in
Dude,
silence.
Come to find out, the guy was the doctor who did the surgery for his girl.
We need a body count on this girl. Jeff, I need you to get on it and track down Kate B, and so we can get a body count. Yeah, I mean, it's a win all the way around. You know, you can get blowjobs. She doesn't talk a lot, and she likes girls, so you get.
She
two
can
girls.
cook. She's the Marion kind. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a lady you take home to mama.
Yeah. She likes my little penis.
You guys never seen that movie Mac and Me?
Yes.
That's what that
I feel like
reminded
I
me
have.
of right now. They were aliens with little holes for mouths.
And they like the straws. Yeah, they
Yeah.
drink out of straws.
Yeah.
And they love Reese's peanut butter cup. The Reese's Pieces.
Tiny holes. No, not the fucking giant pinky lady. Her hole was massive. Carnivorous vagine. And to wrap up this list about small penises,
Little PSA.
I'm gonna ride. This is the person's name. I'm gonna ride this out.
See what you did there.
And the title of this story is "And This Huge Dick."
That's a huge dick.
That's a huge dick. That's a big bitch. I'm gonna ride this out, right? She says, I slept with a guy who had a micro penis. He was gorgeous. That's the second gorgeous guy with a small penis. Good thing I look like a Sasquatch. Maybe I don't.
I'm just saying, I'm gorgeous. I got a small dick. Put it together, ladies. I'm just saying.
Maybe I've been lying this whole time, and my schlong is an elephant trunk in my pants.
Because you're ugly. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
because I'm ugly. Because I look like a Sasquatch. And she says, and you know, the sex was pretty great. I think that due to his perceived inadequacy, he worked much harder. No pun intended, she says, to please me. Most guys just jackhammer you and roll over. But this guy took his time to understand my sexual taste, which in itself turned me on. Don't sound like you're still together.
She sounds lazy,
right?
She sounds pretty lazy.
I was gonna say she sounds like a starfish.
Never fuck a fish. I'm just saying.
Dead fish. She said we saw each other a few times, and I continued to have fun. Then one day, his girlfriend came home and caught us in the act. He had told me he was single. Moral of the story: dicks come in various shapes and sizes, but in the end, a dick's a dick.
No, wow.
That
was a mic drop moment right there. She just dropped the dick
and walked away.
Dick's a dick.
Even the guys with a small dick will fucking cheat. I'm just saying.
She said they just jackhammer, roll over, go to sleep.
Stop dating beta males. Jesus.
Yeah. Those are the guys that are like, yeah, you like that girl? Yeah, he's best dick you
Yeah, you're
ever
like,
had.
oh my God, I'm done.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Don't move. I'll get you a towel.
She's laying there. Yo, yes, this is the best I've
This
ever.
is
What the fuck?
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Hey, look, nonsensical nonsense is live.
They're reading my story right now. Holy shit!
Hey, we're gonna be safe. Oh.
You need to look up
Thus
Mac.
ends the penis stories of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Penis.
Yay! That penis.
And penis report.
Where did you find that picture?
It's actually from a news story that I did like a couple weeks ago, and then
It's an actual starfish.
Is it an actual starfish?
It's actually a starfish. It's got a special name. They thought they were extinct and then found them again.
That is, I've never seen.
Oh, lazy. I'm sorry. You relate to the sausage party.
Yeah, is
Don't
that
worry,
lazy?
we still have. This is Lazy Shaman. Shaman Show. I don't know which one it is. Fake Jedi, Lazy Shaman. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can tell. I can
Shaman.
never tell.
They all blend together after a while. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our penis stories of the night. Gentlemen, you got anything to say before we sign out? Chalk up.
That was a lot of interesting penis talk, and I appreciate being here for that.
It's not gay if you're doing it for a podcast. I'm just saying.
Tune in next week for more penises.
Yes.
If you didn't get your penises tonight, there will be more next Wednesday.
So tomorrow we don't have a show. Am I correct?
Wow.
Blaze might be doing something tomorrow. But there's no
tomorrow because I'm busy.
Cash is not here this week, so there'll be no Cash's Corner this week. We will be back next Thursday doing our picks for Crown Jewel,
Nice.
which is the next.
And then, so the next show that will be live, if Blaze doesn't do anything tomorrow, will be Nonsense and Chill Friday. We're going to be watching Top Secret with Val Kilmer.
A short stream.
Yeah. So we're doing Top Secret with Val Kilmer Friday, and then Saturday, of course, we have the Nonsensical Nonsense 6-hour marathon show. Where, if you want, we'll drop the link in the chat, and anybody can come up and talk about their micro penis. Just keep it off the screen.
I have not once mentioned my OnlyFans tonight. However, I did get a new subscriber yesterday.
You're welcome.
Ooh, yay for me.
I felt bad. Your fucking video popped up on my FYP, and I was like, no, I'll subscribe.
Yeah, I got.
And by the way,
there's not even anything.
You put a video up on fucking TikTok and it popped up on, and it's all you're holding the belt, and then it's a quick flash, and I was like, oh my god, he's got no shirt on.
Yeah, you know how I know you didn't see it because I didn't put a picture of me with the belt up there.
Was it not?
That's how I know you didn't see it.
I don't know. I passed out, and 3 hours later, I was like, "Oh my god, I saw Chris half naked." Oh my god! And I woke up in the fetal position, crying.
There was nothing to see there. It was just 2 selfies.
You're in great.
Don't believe me?
Dude.
If you don't believe me, go to my TikTok at glick_talk and click that link in the bio. Well, don't click the link. Click the Instagram.
Glick talk. I like that.
Yeah. That's my.
I've never seen Top Secret. I don't think I've ever even heard of this one.
It's actually it's kind of a parody movie of.
Yes. That's right.
It's kind of like a Hot Shot style movie where
I never knew Val Kilmer did a comedy like that. Never.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. I haven't watched it in years. I'm halfway through it because I'm slowly watching it when I'm taking breaks from work, like when I eat. And I was laughing so hard when he fights the cop, and then he's got his face on the cop's face, And then when he takes his face while the cop's face is all messed up.
So the movie, Lazy Shaman, the movie's called Top Secret, and it looks like it has Val Kilmer, Lucy Goodrich. It's like that's the movie they're talking about. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it on Friday. We do a commentary style track where we watch the movie and talk about what we're seeing. And you know, we watched all 3 Terrifiers. And thank God Halloween's over. Jesus Christ. I'm so sick of fucking horror movies. They're just not my forte. But those Terrifier movies, Jesus, I've never seen so much blood.
Have you gone through and watched any of the Hulu movies, Jeff?
The what?
There's some good ones.
On Hulu, Hulu has a thing called Huluween, and there's some really good movies.
I don't watch horror movies. I'm a real zombie, and I love a good drama. I love movies like that, but horror movies just don't do anything for me. I'm just like, whatever.
I love horror
Somebody ask a valid question in the chat. If it's top secret, how will he find it?
Top Secret is on Pluto TV, and it is on Prime. You can rent it on Prime.
No,
I caught it. I'm ignoring
right over your fucking head.
Anyways,
if it had been a micro penis, it would have hit you in the mouth. And you'd be like,
anyways, Glick, what do you got to tell the people?
I'm tired of talking to the people, man. I'm sick of them.
All right.
They're not subscribing to my OnlyFans. I don't want to talk to them.
And you wonder why you don't make any money at it. Anyways, we'll see you guys.
I make a little bit of money. Listen here, fuckers. Be good or be good at it.
Yeah.
And if you have a micro penis, you better be good at something because
extra.
We don't have a video set for the exit.
Extra.
I'm gonna play us out. I'm gonna play us out with the intro.
Hit him with the 2-finger tongue action. That'll get him every time.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, slide that pinky right in the back door. It's called a surprise entry.
The white sneaky between the cheeky.
You know, Nonsensical Network is kind of like a thumb in the ass. It's either uncomfortable and awkward or a pleasant surprise.
Nonsensical Network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football clashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical Network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds of tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat.